Happy are those who do the work of the Lord.
Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues, the full conversion Fallout mod. Today, just like you guys voted, we are playing as Joshua Graham.
I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other.
The legate, the preacher, the burned man. Fallout's favorite fanatic, forged in flames, fostering the faith of his forefathers. The only man who can make a Boney M song bring a tear of vengeance to your eye.
By the rivers of Babylon there we sat down. Yea, we wept, when we remembered Zion.
In order to play as Joshua Graham, we need to play New Canaan and lose to the White Legs. I don't like losing, but hey, if it gets us Joshua. So, New Canaan, historical focuses, normal, difficulty, non-Ironman mode, because the mod can get unstable sometimes. And here we go.
Practiced hands make for short work, and the good Lord knows there's much to be done here.
We start with a moderately sized army and a decent industry. Also, a faction that will not really do anything for us. Let's start by creating a spy agency, build some military factories in our capital of New Canaan, and research some basic stuff. I will start with a research boost of Ohm's Law and some industry boosts, like improvised tools and planning. Let's also get resource production. We have access to decent guns. We also need tribal scout kits for our special forces, and some scrap bicycles, although I could probably get rid of those. We can buy them cheaply, and we won't need many. Then again, just one factory is fine. We'll change it out later. Now, focuses. As usual with Old World Blues, you first start with a couple of focuses that cover your path until now, and then you get bigger focuses. There will be two stages of this game. First we prepare for the attack of the White Legs, which we have to lose against, and then we take everything back. First, the time of judges. Right, let's also make some convoys, since we do have dockyards. Unpause and go. Speed the game up. Right, we start with a trade node of New Canaan. We can start making trade routes for some caps to Ouroboros, and another, just the most lucrative one, whatever that is, to Vault City. That will increase our cap income. We do need caps mostly for army wages and some decisions. Alright, who's demanding tribute? The 80s. We will not be pushed around, and let us put some troops on their border. It's gonna be border wars. I don't like those. I don't like the concept of border wars because it often messes up my army composition, but we sort of have to deal with it. Time of Judges Samson's option. We get 2 bunkers and some resources, or we lose political power and get... Oh, sorry, that's manpower, not political power, and getting more resources. Actually, I think I'm going to need that manpower, so let's get the bunker. Caps system tutorial. Do read through it if you haven't done that yet, but I will skip it. Next focus, Ehud's decision, one of our profits. Caravans have been established, and we get more money. If I remember correctly, the income, yeah, it's quarterly, so every 3 months we will get an influx of caps. Essentially, our region boils down to the White Legs and the 80s, who are 2 aggressive tribes of raiders that will conquer people around them. Ouroboros can also become dangerous later on. They're here. We have to build up our strength, lose, and then take it back. Right, what do we get? An armor's workshop or war support and army experience? I'll take the war support. Next up, Man of Valor. We got our cap income, so we could start a scavenging program and start sending people out to, well, scavenge. And this is quite interesting actually. It can lead to some nice things. You can, for example, find the plans of a plasma rifle if you're very, very lucky. But I've now played, I think, 3 test games of this, and I've never found anything worthwhile, and these do cost equipment and manpower, which will be quite scarce for us. So I will actually not scavenge this time. We're going to need some more political power. Gideon's wisdom. The new Canaanites did evil in the eyes of the Lord, and for 7 years he gave them into the hands of the mutants. Do we recruit mutants, or do we increase war support? Now, recruiting mutants is not a bad choice. You get more recruitable population, significantly more, but also your division organization and recovery suffers quite a lot. Right now we're on no mutants allowed. With this we will trade 12% of division organization and recovery for 9% recruitable population, and also some lower supply consumption. The supply consumption is the most convincing actually, but I think the organization and recovery are too steeper price. So let's pursue the mutants and bring their heads to Gideon. Next up, in those days there was no king in Israel. There is a lot of lore here if you want to dig deep, but if I read every tidbit of lore, this video would be 3 hours long. So pause and read if you want, or play it yourself. We get a unit and 5% war support, or 150 political power. Now, getting political power, and especially early, is quite important, but we will soon have enough of it with some advisors and companies we hire. So I think we should actually get a free unit and 5% war support. Let's do that. Next, focus. Now, the left branch depends on how aggressive the white legs are, and doesn't really do that much until they start getting aggressive. The right branch lets us accept refugees and generally build up our strength economically. Decadence as clutches. The decadence thing is a negative modifier that grows in time, but we will not have to worry about it. Losing to the white legs should wipe it off. Let's get a bit decadent. What unit did we get? We got a trained up unit of Disciples of God, which is our special forces. Although I should have trained up more of them before we received the free unit, because there is a special forces limit. Let's make sure to disciple up. Agency of Moroni's Disciples has been created. Now, upgrading the agency has changed. It actually costs caps now. Fortunately, we own a center of trade, so we should not be hurting for caps in the long run. Let's form a cryptology department. Let's do a warrior training. That will boost our forces slightly. And the Legion is conquering. I recently watched the Fallout series, and as someone who practically learned English from Fallout and Fallout 2, I must say the series is pretty good and true to the source material. So if you haven't seen it already, I do recommend it. That's just a small digression. Now, work assignments. I will not be changing production around very much, so retention is not that important for me. I'm going with the bottom line because it gives more factory output. Oh, and we can get an operative. Eugene, go spy on the white legs. Eugene. Also, more cryptology. And we'd like to decrypt the white legs, the sorrows, the dead horses, and the crazy horns. It'll take a while. More research boosts, a bit ahead of time, but they should pay off over time. Phoenix Republic is not a civil war in Caesar's Legion. We have enough political power to modify our government a little. We want more political power. So first off, I want to hire the Golden Gecko Entertainment Company for political power stability and caps. Next up, what focuses do we have available? None of these things have been unlocked yet, and they are all unlocked by events, so we will do a growing threat against the white legs and get some more support. Cap income. It's nice to be rich, isn't it? Let's spend it on our spy agency. Now, we can restore some military bases with this money. For example, the 2 army depot would give us 2 arms workshops. Might be worth it. Navarro is fighting. Where's Navarro? Here. Navarro territories. Those not quite Mormon. Oh, right, I know what this is. This starts revolt missions. Basically, we would get 2 civil wars with this, in Farfield and Brigham, but if we take enough decisions here, those will not happen. Now, we do have some time, so I think I can still hire an advisor before doing that, and I will be hiring Waking Cloud, because she does give political power. Now we're making 1.4 per day, which is decent. Right, these do have different durations. Let's start with the longest ones. We need to build military industry in Brigham first, because it takes 120 days. I do want the arms workshop, but the revolt will happen in 155 days from now. So yeah, we have to time those right. Military industry, build up. Right, everything else here is ahead of time and can wait. So what do we do now? We invest in industry and also in support companies. Very much ahead of time, so let's not do that. Oh, of course, I forgot to start researching doctrines. We should not have forgotten that. Luckily, it's still very early. We will do conventional warfare this time because we will have plenty of manpower and a decent amount of industry. If you have very little manpower and a lot of industry, you go with robots. If you have tons of manpower and no industry, you go with asymmetric. And if you have access to power armor, you do refined. But for us, it's conventional warfare. Some more spy boosts. We can also boost our node, but we don't really have political power to spare right now. We'll do that a bit later. What's next? Brigham is the shorter one. We will provoke a war scare because it increases the white legs threat. And we just need 3 for Brigham and 4 for Farfield. And we have 1 more option than necessary for each. Now we conduct military training exercises. That will give us some army experience. Growing threat focus complete. What other options do we have? Very strangely, none of these unlocked yet. They do happen randomly via events, but that also means I have no focus to do, which is strange. We'll just gather up some political power until that changes. We should have an event soon. More boosts, please. Now we build up consumer industries, encourage enlistment. Oh, no, actually that costs army experience. Is it worth it? Not sure. We'll supply markets instead. I think I'd rather have 200 manpower than 10 army experience in this case. But then meeting southern local leaders costs a lot of political power, so that's probably probably not the right choice either. Build dwellings. And we do the enlistment, because it's the better option of the two. And that takes care of the revolts. Work assignments done. Boosting our industry would be very much ahead of time, so let's do something that isn't, like support companies. Specifically, I want dogs. Dogs are a great support company that boosts your army across many terrains. They're also pretty cheap. The pills I shall not name. And a new recruit. Go spy on the Whitelegs as well. They're being very chill this time around. I expected them to already conquer someone. Oh well, gives us more time to build up. Pioneer Day, stability and political power. And that means I get to spend that political power on improving our country. Specifically, we'll get a military theorist. With 35 army experience, we also can get a spirit of the army. There are some nice boosts here, like the way of the Canaanite, but I think we'll benefit most from military council. Army experience 0.05 daily. How much is that per year? This will pay itself off in less than 2 years, and it also does increase planning skill of new leaders. Yeah, I think we should get that. We can switch it out later. Followers of the Apocalypse. Alright, that will unlock an option. We can let the followers establish themselves, or we can rebuff them. But the followers are a mixed bag. They can give you research and industry boosts, but they also, for example, demand that you demilitarize. And I don't think Joshua would like that. So keep them from our lands. We don't actually have to use the decisions here because we have focuses for that. Did the focuses unlock yet, or is it a separate event? It is a separate event, but it should happen right around now. Oh, and I can seize a fort of theirs, trading 35 manpower for a civilian factory. Let's do that immediately. More heroes. We do have some free political power, so let's upgrade our trade node, which should increase income. Economic growth, yes, thank you. The Whitelegs are being very peaceful, and also the followers' focus has not unlocked. Are we bugged out in the recording? That would be very unfortunate. More research boosts. I like investing into research boosts early because these do pay dividends for the rest of your game, because it's all cumulative, all the boosts you get. Well, let's invest in food. That will give us more manpower. Also, deploy these guys and make sure to exercise them up. This unlocks the followers of the Apocalypse focuses. Followers of the Apocalypse, and then we get to embrace them or persecute them. We will persecute them just because it fits Joshua's militaristic nature better. Lots of wars happening around the world, aren't there? And the armory has been opened. That's another branch of focuses for us. The Ogden Armory. Let's boost up New Jerusalem. I want more military factories. I'm mostly making infantry weapons. I can probably stop making scrap bicycles. Yeah, let's stop that. Instead, I want more support equipment. And dogs. We want dogs too. Trained mongrel. Right. What support companies do we actually want in our units? Recon, healers, trained mongrels or dog support, and I can fit 2 more. I'm thinking demolitions and assault weapons. That is a fire team support. Let's do fire team support. I think this is enough regarding spy agency boosts until we research vacuum tubes. We are also decently rich. Now, with enough network in the Whitelegs territory, we can now infiltrate their army. Let's do that. Commands when ready, and send these 2 guys out. They're really being chill, aren't they? Can I see what focuses they're doing? Not yet, no. But what I can do is continue the focuses here and deal with the followers of the Apocalypse. Now, they haven't established themselves, and I can seize another fort. We shall do that. That is another civilian factory for free. Now, they can give you benefits. They're not bad. I just don't like dealing with their demands later on. So we shall expel followers. And our industry is growing a bit. I also want to change my economy. Ideally, I would switch to well-equipped army, but for that I need some more war support, so we will have to wait a little bit for it to grow. Followers have been rejected. I mean, I know they're the good guys, but they start demanding demilitarization and such, and there's too many threats for that. I do have political power to spend, so let's get Aaron for better infantry equipment. And the other guy costs political power, so not yet. Let's also hire David, so we can get more special forces. Can we actually get more special forces with him? Yes, 2 more. Perhaps I should increase the size of the unit. No, 10 width should suffice. Next up, dynamite for some demolitions. Trader trouble. Oh, that's nice. A lot of caps for us. We have persecuted the followers, and also we are at 56% war support, which means I can do political bribes that'll let me change conscription and economy laws cheaper, and switch from self-sufficiency. Oh, I can't. No, not enough political power. How long do the bribes last again? 180 days. That's fine. I just have to wait a little bit for the political power to grow. Now, what's next? Traders or the armory? The armory doesn't give us workshops, it actually gives us just guns. We will be better off starting with traders. And we are very rich right now. We have 399,000 caps, which means I should maybe spend them on the 2 army depot for 2 arms workshops. We have maxed out our command power, so let's spend it. I'm going to do the Spirit of the Academy elected officials because it increases a level of new commanders. Or should I do strategy book? Let's see which one's better. This increases level by 1 and logistics by 2, and this increases level by 1 and defense by 2. So increases army intelligence to others. Defense is more important than logistics in my opinion. However, this does not have a negative trait. This does. So we'll take strategy book know-how. And now I can start hiring new leaders who will be high level. We do start with 2 leaders, but they're nothing particularly great. So let's get better ones, and a few of them too. Wait, level 3, did I mess something up? Shouldn't they be level 4? Or was that some focus that increased that later? Oh, I know. This, military academy officers. We should switch to this to get higher level of leaders. I will wait a bit because I want to switch economies first. So the leaders will have to wait. And there we go, well-equipped army. Boosting our economy significantly. How are things around the world? Ouroboros is invading, New Reno is invading, and the White Legs are not. Makeshift squad automatic weapons. What is next for us? Now here everything is ahead of time, same here, and if everything is ahead of time, you just go for the best thing, and the best thing is either a doctrine or research or industry. So we will boost our industry. Which one? This, for factory output. Dedicated workshops. We have 22 boosted research speed from everything together. Oh, the caps came 200,000 to be specific. People are changing non-aggression pacts with us. And the organization requests increased production capacity. Right, they want me to have more army factories. This is actually achievable because we will get 2 from this event. And the organizations, if you don't know, you go here, organization marketplace, and you can trade caps for guns, for example. But I do need my caps. We have bargained with the traders. Now, there's 2 options here. Preach to the caravans for 2 civilian factories, some bottle caps, and then infrastructure. Or we tax the roads, and this gives us a modifier that will... Well, it's just a modifier. It boosts our industry a bit. A civilian workshop, some caps, and 4 units. Now, I do like off-map civilian factories, but I think we will benefit more from taxing the roads. Let's do that. The White Legs are attacking people. I don't want to say finally, because having more time to prepare is good, but they certainly are dragging their feet this time around. Some more industry research, and let's check on our production. I should start making dynamite and the makeshift, automatic weapons. Why? Also, I can add support companies to my units. Also, let's switch battle-hardened soldiers to military academy officers, and this, combined with all the spirits here, will let me recruit level 4 people. Just go to field commanders and see, Patrick is level 4 with decent stats. Let's hire a couple more. We don't actually need commanders at this particular moment. Spend all that command power. That's it for now. I'll sort them for the most appropriate units eventually. Imminent raiders. We shall muster a defense. My troops are already on the border, it will be fine. Timekeepers have been defeated, which will also unlock another branch of focuses for us. Now they still have to get through the Tar Walkers. See? End of the Timekeepers. Unlock some stuff. They still have to get through the Tar Walkers and then they'll kill us. Let's allow Timekeeper refugees. That will unlock some advisors. And the Siege of Hidden Valley shall be won by the NCR. There it goes. Poor Brotherhood. But it was inevitable. New Reno is doing quite fine. We do have a free slot for a business, and we do have the political power, so let's hire lock and load weapon manufacturer. Construction speed boost, please. How is that going, by the way? Quite well, yes. Lots of army workshops. Defenses are online. We finished restoring a base. Can we afford another one? We should be able to. Improve Spanish Fork Armory. 250,000 caps for an arms workshop and a doctrine boost. I'm not sure it's worth it, but I'm gonna do it. Next up, we welcome the Timekeepers. Oh, and we can upgrade our node. Good. Let's do that. I need more money. Excellent. Yes. Can I upgrade it again? Seems so. Sure. Let's do that. It does cost some political power, but the cap income is worth it. And it opened up new routes. Was the most profitable one. Twin Mothers. Oh, I can do one more. No, I can't. The White Legs at the gate. Doesn't mean they're actually attacking me, just means we're bordering them at the moment. That's fine. Although it also means we should start working on deploying troops. I'm going to take a break and hope the save doesn't get corrupted. I'm back after a break, successfully loaded the game, hopefully it does not get corrupted. I love this mod, it's awesome, but it does have some problems with save corruption from time to time. Let's hope for the best. And then pause. And it crashes. No, it doesn't. Excellent. All of the National Guard, not our problem. Perhaps investing in the Spanish Fork Armory was a mistake, because we are probably pretty close to fighting the White Legs. Also, I should pull these troops back from the potential front lines and deploy more troops. We want to use all that manpower. Dedicated workshops done. Let's do guilds. Once again, ahead of time, but industry and research stuff that's done ahead of time does pay off. over time. We've done the timekeeper stuff. This just gives us equipment and some bonuses. Not necessary. Guard caravans and luxury goods are nice, but once again, not necessary. I think it's time to move to this part. Prepare for war gives us 2 factories for 60 days, which is decent. We don't need to end our isolation. We did that manually. Line in the sand is good, but it could put us at war earlier than I want to. I think I want to attempt limited rearmament and get more manpower and the bonus from here, and also prepare for war to get some army workshops. Let's start with prepare for war. Although, maybe we should get the manpower first. We do have workshops. Let's get this first and then the manpower. Attempt limited rearmament. And now that we have allowed the timekeepers here, we do have advisors to hire. The military quartermaster, pretty good for supply. Oh, we also get Daniel from the traders. I forgot about him. Maybe because he's so annoying. And the vault dweller that boosts our divisions. I will get Daniel for the consumer goods and political power. And we'll get the others a bit later. Pioneer Day. Yes, nice. Deploy the disciples of God. And exercise, everybody. Now I need to prepare. I do have army experience. I want to use it to prepare a template we will be using for most of our forces. We will be modifying the tribal faithful. Let's duplicate that and make something thematic. New Canaan is all about Christianity. So let's do Crusaders with the appropriate symbol here. Now it's a copy. We might want to make it 20 width, but it is not necessary. What I want to do is add support companies. We want the dogs, definitely. Dogs are probably the best support company. See, you get bonuses in lots of terrain and a boost to very many stats. Then we'll do chems, not mobile chems. I mean, mobile chems get more hit points, but then they also consume fuel later on. Just chems and fire team and demolitions. This will require a lot of equipment, but we should be able to handle that. Save the Crusaders. And I do have some army experience left. Let's add support to the Disciples of God as well. For now, just the dogs and fire team, because that's all we can afford. Now, have a look at production. How is it? It's all right. Well, I haven't actually changed them into the Crusaders, so that's why. Let's switch everyone who's not the Disciples of God into the Crusaders. We need more fire teams, dogs, and demolitions. The rest is here. Get your manpower, get your stuff, and we will be training Crusaders directly. I could do a small deploy template, but we're not at war yet, and this way they will be a little bit more trained up when I finally deploy them. Somewhere here. Ouroboros has defeated someone. Ouroboros can be problematic later on for us. Let's do cultivation and adjust our production accordingly. Actually, there's not much to adjust, we just don't have enough factories. Right, let's see. I should probably have 2 factories on dogs, maybe 2 on everything, except guns. And we can just buy guns for caps. This should be fine. And I need more water. Let's just purchase that from the NCR. I should do it. The dogs breed fast, don't they? Enough political power to hire someone. I would like to go to lifetime pensions, but money will be a problem once we lose New Canaan. I'd like more manpower, but there's no option here right now. Yeah, I think we're all good with most settings. I'll get the military quartermaster. Why am I at no training? We were at military academy training. How did this change? Did I do a focus that reduced that? Maybe it's a bug. I don't remember there being a focus that got rid of my training. No, I surely remember. Right, no, I was mistaken. Military Academy officers is what I was thinking about. That's because of this icon, because it's the same. Battle-hardened soldiers and veteran training instructors. I was thinking about this, not this. Yeah, I want to go all the way down here, but it is not a pressing matter. Actually, there are better things to spend political power on, like Dweller Alex of the Timekeepers. Oh, yeah, we got guns from the focus, and we're sending them to the units. We need an army of our own, more recruitable population. This will actually change our manpower law. We can't do it manually because it's locked. It will switch our recruitable population from, 3% to 6%, so it should double our manpower. Very necessary. Oh, caps came in, 300,000. Now, I am mostly saving the caps for military maintenance once we lose the trade node, because this brings most of our caps. But in a pinch, we can spend the money on extra guns. Now let's check our production. It's decent enough. Let's modify the template further so we have a clearer picture. Disciples of God get demolitions. And I could add more infantry to make it a 20 width, but I don't actually need them to be 20 width. 18 is decent enough. What would be the change in stats if I added an infantry battalion? Let's see. 5 soft attack, 25 hit points. Well, actually it says it on the tin here. We could just add a line of higher teams. That all depends on the equipment we have later on. For now, now I'll leave it as is. Shale's army defeats Eden. What are the Whitelegs doing? Oh, I forgot about my spies. What are you guys up to? You've infiltrated their army and you're just chilling. Let's see if we can know what focus they're doing. Oh, we don't even know what focuses they have done. We must have some crazy counter-espionage because I have a full network. I actually need to fight them right now anyways, because we have to lose to them. So you guys will instead work on my future possible targets, namely the Sorrows and the Dead Horses. I need to infiltrate their armies too. Imminent raid by the 80s. We should muster a defense, yes, and more specifically I should send a small army there. How about just the special forces? Get to the border and fight them. If the Whitelegs attack, you run. Oh, we got a bonus to infantry stuff. This is still ahead of time though, but this is not much ahead of time, and it gives 5% defense to everyone. Let's do that. New California attacks the Divide. And we have a border war. I hate border wars. They disorganize my armies. But it's not really a big issue right now. Oh, justification. The Whitelegs are justifying against us. Through a focus or manually? Through a focus. Which means we likely have 60 days left. Which is not that great, actually. I was hoping to mobilize more people. We could hold out, could hold them back. I mean, the intent is to lose, but it would be nice to have more manpower in the field before that. Then again, delaying the inevitable will likely not help us that much. We're semi-alright on the equipment. Let's add one more factory to each of the non-guns things and buy some guns from the organizations. Gun runners. We can buy basic stuff, we can buy better stuff. Better stuff is twice as expensive. I'd rather have 2 weak guns than 1 good one, I think. We can always replace them with better ones later. So, pipe weapons. Do I need bicycles? I do have bicycles. Don't really need them, but let's check logistics. Yeah, I have a surplus. Can't afford the Van Graffs, but we can get basic melee weaponry. Just 500 units, but 500 units is not little. We actually have an access now. Crappy weapons, but weapons nonetheless. Alright, deploy them all. And yeah, do more if you have the manpower. Let's do circuitry. Ahead of time, but worth it. We need an army of our own. This will help us mobilize. However, I don't think we have enough time to mobilize. Many of these focuses we can do later, I think. It doesn't actually list many requirements for owning stuff, so I can probably still do stuff like luxury goods after losing. Now, there's a chance they won't attack immediately. I'm not sure if the focus declares war on me or gives them a war goal. I will do quantity over quality. Defenses of the base are online, but it looks like it was a bit of a waste because we will lose this place in a moment. Raid has been repelled. Good. Now you guys can retreat from here. Just stay back. I'm not even giving them proper generals. I don't expect them to fight. Should I pull them even further back? Just waiting for the Whitelegs to walk into New Canaan. The 80s are fighting somebody. The ideal situation for me would be to have the Whitelegs fight the 80s when I'm ready to fight. And we have been declared on. Sadly, before we could mobilize the population of New Canaan, I should have done those focuses earlier. No matter. We have enough manpower to enact our plans. And what gets mobilized will go here. The war for heaven has happened. Yes, we're being attacked. And we are pulling back. I am not giving money to the chop shop, on another note. I could hold them back, like here for example, and I would love some lend-lease. It's not perfect because I didn't mobilize people in time, sadly. But fighting them off right now seems like a bit of a waste. We won't even try to, and save some political power. Although we are at war, maybe I can change something? Not really, no. Nothing important. At least we got one last payout. 387,000 is decent. And here goes New Canaan. Oh. No, actually they took everything around it, but not it. In a moment they will, and they did. New Canaan lost. The Day of Judgment. New Canaan in flames. We lose Decadence, we get a bunch of negative modifiers, and oh, it removes the Whitelegs threat. That's unfortunate. Completes Canaan in flames, and we run. The game gave us this piece of territory, and all our troops have been exiled to go there. Also, I have no factories. I'll get some eventually. Let's build up this Canaan in exile at Canyon Point. Do I still have all the troops that were in training? Yes, I do. And they do have the manpower and equipment. And Joshua Graham returns to us, baptized once in water, once in fire. And he will do what is right to protect the flock. By the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, we wept when we remembered Zion. Joshua Graham becomes a unit leader. He is level 6. We'll use him for sure. In the meantime, research. Industry, please. I'm a bit bummed that I did not manage to mobilize all the population and get the people out. I should have timed things differently. And the Burned Man is our new hope. Or we could get Daniel to annoy our enemies to death. It is a danger. No, the Burned Man is our new hope. Now we're ruled by Joshua, which opens up a whole new focus tree branch, but we'll get to that in a moment. Let's put you guys to work. You on this border, half of you here, half of you here. Why? Because we will be subjugating the tribes one way or another. We have a focus that will let us get the sorrows, the dead horses, and the crazy horns to either submit or fight us. Yeah, we done quantity over quality, which should give us some manpower. And now we could rebuild and regroup, but it's not the point here. We will focus on Joshua, Caesar's right-hand man. The burned man walks. I'll save up some political power for now, and the white legs shall know their place before the Lord, which is in the ground. Next up, stoke revanchism. Don't actually need the focus itself, but we need peace through arms, eventually. Now, are all the top focuses still available? Actually, they are, yes. I could get factories. Oh, they will appear in New Canaan, so it won't give us much. And I could still explore the armory somehow. And we can do luxury goods if we're out of money. You guys train up. The 80s and the White Legs are being pretty successful. And so is Vault City, I guess, and Ureno, for now. I do have army experience to spend. Spirit of Division Command. Do we want entrenchment? Do we want core boosts? Better reconnaissance? Planning? This is useless. Or better supply lines. I kinda like experienced scout platoons because of the organization loss when moving reduction. It lets you push the advantage. Alternatively, organized supply lines for supply consumption reduction. That's always a problem. Let's take the supply lines. We have stoked revanchism. Now, this is the big moment. Peace through arms. It unlocks decisions to demand the tribes of Utah to submit. Now, sadly, these decisions, I checked, are just random. They have a 40% chance to accept. I have seen all of them accept. I have seen none of them accept. And if none of them accept, we will be in for a difficult time. If one accepts, it's nice. If two accept, it's great. And if three accept, it's awesome. So let's see how lucky we can get. You can actually save scum this if you want. I'm not sure how the math works directly with random events. I never actually bothered to check that. But when I was testing strategies and did the focuses in different configurations, I have seen the decisions give different results. So if you do want to save scum this, just save before doing the focuses and change up your order a little bit. I will be rolling the dice. If we lose, we lose. Also, this boosts logistics support. I did not give logistics support, but it also boosts infantry. So there we go. Old world holds, and Legion did not take the dam. Alright, peace through arms. Now this is the moment of truth. Now if you want to save scum this, you might want to save here and do a different focus before accepting the decisions. I'm not sure if that will work. You might want to try. I'm just doing them all now. And if they all refuse, who knows? We might just lose. Basically, I am demanding that all the tribes submit to me. If they do not submit, they declare war. In the meantime, we build an army. And it's finally time to get some generals to these troops. Also, I should probably deploy the ones... No, none of them are actually deployable. Oh, some are. Deploy what we can, cancel the rest. What generals should we give you? Joshua has a bad trait, but it would be a crime to not have him as our guy, just for thematic reasons. So you shall lead this army. It's mostly infantry, so what we want is the mysterious stranger trait. Let's also do Life Giver for recovery. That's it for these guys. Now, these are special forces. Alexander Wallace is pretty good. He has 3 traits here, 3 special traits, and he's a gun nut, slow but strong. Let's have him lead the special forces. And for the special forces, we will want the sniper trait, because it boosts them, and also do Life Giver, and maybe something with recon or movement. Idiot Savan will help. We also need a Field Marshal. Jacob is not that great, honestly. Now, I'm not sure if Finesse, which is Division Attack and Defense, would affect all our units when he's a Field Marshal. So instead, I will hire Richard, who has better planning and Division Attack. I will promote him to a Field Marshal. And what do we give you? Melee Hacker, 5% attack, light touch, because we use mostly infantry, and vigilant recycler for better supplies. This should do it, really. Let's make you all aggressive and make you attack the tribals if they refuse. Yeah, also you go for Dead Horse Point. Now I'm hoping that at least one of them submits. I'm doing it aggressively because we want to rush them if they don't. Also, get some boosts. Get Joshua for 10% division attack. Do we want to sacrifice 5% stability for 20% planning speed? I do use battle plans a lot. We will want the Vault Defender. I don't want to sacrifice stability. I will leave the last bit empty. I might use it to get this guy for 5 stability. 10% attack is quite a lot. Alright, continue. Maybe they'll all submit. That would be wonderful. Meanwhile, the 80s are grabbing the grabber territory. Moment of truth in 5 days. 4, 3, 2, 1, and... Okay. It's not great, but it's not too terrible either. Essentially, the Crazy Horns accepted, which means I got all their forces, which is a lot of forces. Now, if they all accepted, I would get all the forces from everybody. But, you know, one will have to be enough. Now, if you are safe scumming this, do load your game and do a different set of focuses. Like, leave this for 1 or 2 focuses later and try it again. Well, regardless, there's this army. We need a leader for it. They gave me 20 units, which is great. Let's give them Albert. These are, what are they? Infantry and demolitions. Lots of demolitions. And some support. So they have tons of dynamite. Alright, so we need them to have traits for infantry and for demolitions. That means mysterious stranger, not strangers, and something for demolitions. Oh, Bloody Mess did that. That's a pity we can't have both. Anything else? Not really. Then we take Life Giver and maybe Awareness. And you will attack the dead horses. How many borders do we have? 2. Half of you go from here, the other half go here. We should be able to overwhelm them with an aggressive attack. And if we lose some manpower, we can rebuild that quite easily later. Actually, the Sorrows are quite difficult to cut through sometimes. Let's hope we can get their important victory points easily. Alright, go. Let's see how we fight. We're doing pretty well. Looks like the support battalions are helping quite a bit. Zion is being defended. Go around the enemy where you can. Capitulate them as fast as possible to minimize losses. How are we doing with dead horses? Well, the new tribal armies are holding the line, while our special forces push. White Legs raid, whatever. We cannot do anything about that. I'm busy. Right, we isolated them here. Getting Zion should be our priority. I think they can spawn units there. So if we don't get Zion quickly, this might take a long time. But ideally, we would want to get to Dead Horse Point as quickly as possible. Maybe I'll try to just give them a direct order to do that. Who knows, maybe it will work. You never know. Oh, the Grand Staircase, the place you can leave the Honest Hearts DLC through. You guys are not very good at keeping your front lines, are you? No matter. It's messy, but it should be fine. They cut me off, I will cut them off. I don't actually need to hold this territory, it's not my core territory. If they expand themselves to cover it all, it might be easier to capitulate them. Pioneer they, and we finished building an army. What's next? Kickstart the war economy. How are we doing with the Sorrows? Not that great, to be honest. Now, you can theoretically do the decisions one by one. Just fight one at a time. I was hoping for more to submit. Oh, you're pushing back from Zion. That's not very good. Let's relocate these guys to this front line here and give them an order. Perhaps I should be unbalanced and not an aggressive. Well, looks like the dead horses are not really defended very well. You, stop what you're doing. Can you not stop what you're doing? Halt. And try to just run to Dead Horse Point. Maybe you can capitulate them that way. No. Dedicated factories, please. And better circuitry. And we should get Dead Horse Point soon. Not so great with the Sorrows, but we are getting there. What are the casualties? Almost 2,000. Not great, but not terrible either. Guns bring us closer to God. And the dead horses have capitulated. We annex everything. Now, you could puppet them, but it can mess with one of the focuses we will be doing. So we will just annex everything. It's not the perfect outcome, but it's the one we got. Now, those special forces... Actually, I don't need to be aggressive. I should have gone with balanced, probably. Those special forces can now go and conquer Zion for me. Go. And you guys, with all the demolitions... Actually, you go aggressive. Just go here and crush them. Then again, if I take Zion, I won't need to fight these guys at all. So, yeah, just go and take Zion. With overwhelming strength, please. Now, in retrospect, I probably should have attacked them one by one. Or just done the decisions one by one. First the Sorrows, if they accept, great. If they don't, we kill them. Then the dead horses, and so on. I was hoping for everyone to submit, or at least 2 of them. Oh, I've decrypted the Sorrows. Excellent. Let's use their cipher. Should help a bit. Actually, you guys just rush Zion. Can you do that for me, please? You rush Zion through here. I was not optimal in this war. But we did take Zion. We do take the Sorrows territory. And all will be well soon. Now, we don't have manpower, not really. We got all the manpower from the Crazy Horns, but if they all submitted, we would have all the manpower from all of them. So I will mobilize soon, and I will core these territories. So we will be fine on manpower. Alright, good. We are done for now. You guys just spread throughout our territory so we don't have supply issues, and let's decrypt the 80s. And Ouroboros. Also, machine-assisted decryption. It is likely that I will have to fight Ouroboros, so I will send my agents there. I should probably explain the handheld radios. With the doctrine we chose, when we reach here, and this will change my infantry template to require radios, which boost us significantly but also require us to have produced those radios. We have the technology, we can produce them now. If we go further, we can get mobile fortifications, but I don't have enough equipment for my regular army. I will not be boosting them like that just yet, so we only do on the doctrine up to here. For now. Now that the guns have brought us closer to God, we shall do recruit tribal fanatics. Only do this once you have conquered the sorrows and the dead horses, because it gives you cores on their territory. Now, theoretically, you can do it before, and you should get the cores and get bonuses on core territory, but it's a bit finicky. I have puppeted them before, and I only got cores in the Sorrows territory, but not the Dead Horses territory with this focus. So I'd rather just take everything and make this work afterwards. Ideally, we want the White Legs to fight the 80s, but we'll see what happens. Now we core, we build up, and we prepare to fight back. Total manpower 800. Oh, right, because it's not core population. We'll core this in a moment. We can operate on 9,000, but it would be difficult. And have we called them yet? Oh no, it was a different message. Let's actually observe the manpower. We have called them, and manpower has grown. We'll mobilize more. We will want to militarize the people, but we don't need to do this just yet. First, I'd like to rebuild and regroup, and then do Never Fallen again, because that will unlock manpower laws. Also, boost our leaders. So rebuild and regroup. At least now, we actually have cores and manpower, and a decent industry again. I kinda messed up with fighting all the tribes at once. I should have just done one by one. Then again, getting the crazy horns to attack the dead horses from two sides was a boon. So maybe we did the right thing. Now, if you get lucky and get all the tribes to submit, I think there's something like 6% chance of that happening, because you have a 40% chance of each tribe doing that. So once you combine that, I think it should be around 6%. Anyway, if you do that, then you'll be very lucky and have enough troops to maybe just fight the White Legs right away. That's not where we are at. We prepare, we strike back eventually. Some of the territory is occupied. I should see to garrisons. Let's go to occupied territories. Caravan guards is not perfect. I will go down to sporadic outposts, just because it makes them compliant faster. And you can just make cores in this mod. The factories will repair themselves, the unrest will go down in the territories we've cored. The territories we have not cored will eventually grow compliant. But what I should do is make sure to prioritize garrisons. See, already at 1,000 manpower. Let's put more factories on support equipment, and I should switch them around a bit. I like unified templates, so I'll just switch all of you to Crusaders. That will give me a lot of demolitions equipment, which means I can actually go down to 1 factory on dynamite, I think, up to 4 on dogs, 4 on fire teams, 5 on support equipment, and maybe 2 on tribal scout kits. Something like this. Rebuild and regroup, good. Never Fallen again. Also, before we complete that, I should probably get a few more generals, because doing this focus boosts all the generals I have. So, let's boost a couple, just for later. Oh, I could only do 2. That's fine. One big mistake I made was prioritizing the timekeepers over mobilizing troops quickly. I should have gone with manpower first. Then we would have brought more troops with us. But it sort of worked out in the end. Right, we're not going further here because we would need the radios. I will do so once we can produce enough radios. I want to invest in research and industry, and the rest can come later. We are losing money on army maintenance, but it is not really a problem just yet. It will be one when we get way more troops. Yeah, sure, assembly lines. Way ahead of time, also very profitable. Same for tools. We could do new citizen care package that is very good for assimilating people. However, I can't really afford that because we are in the red when it comes to caps. Fall of the hangdogs. The 80s are fighting 2 countries at the same time. Will they succeed? We are never fallen again. Now we retain trade ties. We're not focusing inward. Oh no. Now this should have unlocked all the manpower laws, or maybe not all of them, but we can switch to converted tribals, which will again double our manpower. And we can do more when we're at war. For now, converted tribals. Oh, it costs a lot, 300 political power. And now I can't do political bribes? No, we have too many bits of territory for that. Oh well, we'll have to pay then. It's worth it. Converted tribals. And we're mobilizing. We'll get a couple more thousand from that. Let's infiltrate the army of Ouroboros. I could use another spy, I suppose, but we're not in a rush with spies, and it does cost quite a bit. 150 to get an operative slot. Exercise up. Oh, I'm missing water. I should buy some water. New California, sell to me. And we do miniaturized circuitry, which is the last technology boost we will have available. Now, the technologies in this mod are tiered. So, for example, tribals will only get basic technologies. People like us will get intermediate, and higher level ones will get sophisticated tech. We just do not have access to that. You could get it through scavenging, but we can't really afford scavenging. Petition the Sorrows. I do not not know what this is supposed to do once I own their territory, and naval links will lead to economy rebooted, which we definitely want. So, naval links. Also, we have quite a lot of army experience. We will make use of it eventually. Looks like the 80s are losing to the Nevada Protectorate. Who are the Nevada Protectorate? Oh, right, it's Vault City. Let's be good neighbors with them. Whitelegs attacked the Anointed up here. They will win. In the meantime, we invest in more construction. And after that, we will research better stuff. An expedition, no thank you. Now, these can be lucrative once again, but you need free manpower and equipment and money and all that. We could use the Nevada Protectorate to our advantage, maybe. If they defeat the 80s and fight the Whitelegs, we could attack the Whitelegs from the other side at that moment. We'll see. Reboot the economy. Demand tribute. Who? Ouroboros. Okay, so they are likely to attack us. Of course, we will not be pushed around. Oh, this is just a raid. I was mistaken. Sometimes you get demands for territory, then they declare war. We will not be pushed around, which means I should send a unit here. Hey, Joshua, visit Dead Horse Point. No, you won't need that many troops, so just send half. The border wars do take from the closest units, I'm pretty sure, and those Crusaders are well equipped. Whitelegs 1, who are you attacking next? The 80s. Okay, this could be an opportunity to attack, but then again, there's the Nevada Protectorate, so the 80s will not really be a threat to the Whitelegs. I need the Whitelegs to be fighting someone strong, like the Nevada Protectorate, or, say, Heaven's Gate up north. Lanius goes west. Legion has grown, and there's a raid from Ouroboros. We should muster a defense. No, I don't want to lower your tariffs. I need all the money I can get. The 80s are pushing back, but they will get crushed from two sides soon. We have rebooted the economy. Good. Now we militarize the people, and then we can declare war on the Whitelegs. I can't just normally attack people. With this I will be able to. Have the option, we'll be ready, and we'll do the focus when the time is right. Heaven's Gate and High Chapel are fighting. Whoever wins might help me against Whitelegs. Oh, I see. New Reno is fighting Vault City, which is why the 80s are doing fine for now. It's gonna be a big war for Vault City. Alright, so maybe it is time to prepare to fight the Whitelegs if they're about to engage the 80s. And again, they are still fighting Eastport, not esports. So many variables. How is equipment? It's fine-ish. I need more support equipment. I don't need that many scout kits or dogs. Let's switch this around a bit. Or demolitions. Sorry, that's a fire team. Yeah, this will do for now. Let's delete this order and prepare ourselves to fight the Whitelegs if an opportunity presents itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits of territory, and I do need to leave some troops to fight off invasions from Ouroboros if they happen. Joshua goes here with a couple of troops down here, and you half up here to get New Canaan quickly, hopefully. 5 here and 5 here. Prepare yourselves. I'll send you reinforcements later on. Now, if the Whitelegs are fighting the 80s, and if the 80s are putting up a good fight, we will strike. You have a war goal, you do attack. Now, I'm afraid this will be an easy win for the Whitelegs before we can even get a war goal. In that case, we shouldn't attack. We'll soon know. Draw a line in the sand has been bypassed, not sure why, and we've militarized the people. Now, this does not give me a war goal, this just declares war. So doing the focus locks our choice. Let's wait 10 days before making a decision. It really looks like the 80s will fall before I can even finish the focus. So let's not attack them yet. Instead, we can go back up and do some of these for small boosts. Like this gives us guns, this gives us 4 units, and so on. Let's get the units. Carabinier Guards. Mobilized some manpower. We should deploy more troops. Crusaders go. And we do have equipment for them. Just need the people. Speaking of which, irrigation. That gives you people. We finished the tools. We cannot make anything better. Time to boost our troops a little. Warrior equipment. 80s have been annexed. Now, who will you fight next? Because this will determine a lot. Eastport. Well, Eastport is not particularly strong, but it did stand up against the 80s. Oh, Plowlock has died. Down south. Let's send 1 spy to the Whitelegs and keep 1 in Ouroboros. Yes, we must muster a defense. Get me some civilian factories. Countryside raided. I mean, I did put troops here, so I don't really get how this works, but oh well. I don't think I'm strong enough to just attack them when they're fighting someone weak like Eastport. I could wait for them to attack someone else like Heaven's Gate or New Reno. Oh, did I finish a oh, damn it. Finished the focus and forgot to start a new one. We should have done a line in the sand because it would have given us war support we could use. Do I need 150,000 bottle caps at the moment? Not particularly, unless there's a bad event. So let's explore the armory instead. I think it's a bit of a bug that I can explore the armory because the armory has up there. But let's pretend we sent a stealth patrol or something. This is why I hate border wars. They took my guy away from his unit. We have invented bricks. Truly a marvel. Now, industrial fertilizer for some more manpower. And a couple more things, too. Well, actually, how are we doing with resources? I could boost resource gain efficiency. For now, let's buy them. Those wouldn't take too long. I also want better stuff to produce. Yeah, let's get better weaponry. It's a bit ahead of time, but it will be worth it. Also, spend all the army experience. How? See, when you go to this tab here, I think it's actually a pretty neat feature of the mod. You can spend your army experience to, for example, boost your infantry. This branch does terrain and special forces, and this does, well, depend on the type of forces you're using. I'm going to invest in infantry. It works as research, but it takes no time. It just takes army experience. Fortunately, we have lots of that. Extra recovery rate, extra everything. And we can get the last one in a moment. Guerrilla tactics. No enemy cipher being decrypted. Well, in case New Reno takes out the white legs, let's decrypt those, but I don't think we'll have to worry about that. Oh, there's also Ouroboros. Do you have any allies? You are allied with the realm of Diana. This is the last research tech we can get. These are nice, increased reinforce rate and all that. But for now, I think I want to produce better equipment. So let's strive for trained dogs. Also, some troops have been deployed. Excellent. And more. Ogden Armory Exploration. We could get stability, but we could also get war support. I do like the war support and the doctrine boost, but we don't really need either of them. For now, let's do luxury goods. Do I still get effects from decadence, or did it get removed? I think it got removed when we were pushed out of New Canaan. Yeah, there's no decadence here, so it doesn't matter. Guerrilla tactics. Now we want the SAR, because it has more soft attack than the alternative. Joshua's army is full. Train up. Could we get more disciples of God in the field? No, not enough special forces cap. Have we mobilized yet? Yes, mostly. Can't really get more troops right now. Whoa, whoa. New Reno got annexed by New California, which is a choice, I suppose. And you're being justified on by Heaven's Gate. Interesting. From what I remember from my test games, Heaven's Gate is pretty strong, so it will be a good moment to finally fight the white legs. Imminent raids, yes. Master of defense, that's fine. And research flamers. Some money from luxury goods. And I think we should attack the white legs. We will fight them a bit when they're fighting Eastport, get some war score, and then we can push when they're fighting Heaven's Gate. Won't be perfect, but it should be good enough. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, Heaven's Gate already declared war on them. Good thing we started the focus. Well, the fight will start soon. Let's boost recon before that. Second Battle of Hoover Dam. Who wins? Who's fighting? Legion is fighting New California. I think New California has a decent chance this time because they annexed New Reno. And they're not fighting anyone else at the moment. But we'll see. New army, new preparation, new leader. Who should we get you? I don't like the lone wolves. They can only do 4 units. I guess I'll get Donald to lead them. Mysterious Stranger, Life Giver, and Awareness. And I will send them to reinforce the south. Get their core territories. Also, no aggressive moves, please. Just be balanced. And exercise up, everybody. We've got nice reserves of guns. Everything should be great. And I need more electricity. Let's buy that. Ah, damn it, I do hate border wars so much. Now I have to move the troops back. And, damn it. Can we just deploy all of them? Yeah, deploy all that can be deployed. White legs are fighting Eastport and Heaven's Gate. And soon, they will be fighting me as well. How long? 20 more days. Alright, stop the exercise. You, back to your units. And activate all these orders on balance. No more time for exercise. Also, I do have lots of political power to use. Let's do that. God's Warrior, 10 attack for 5 stability. Conflicted Industrialist, production efficiency for political power. Yes. And, I should leave some political power, so possibly could get one of these. And also military academy training because division organization 10%. That is it for now. I'm pretty sure they're still stronger than me. I have not had time to get all the technologies I want, all the boosts I want here, but they are fighting 2 other countries as well. They'll probably defeat Eastport soon, but they will be distracted and damaged by the others. And there we go, we declare war. Use the cipher immediately. Our next focus, nothing to be done here, but we can do arms for officers or prepare for war. Let's do arms for officers. Right, let's see how well we do. For now, very well, because they just do not have enough troops in the area. What do you want? Airbase access, sure, whatever. And our war participation should grow quickly, because we will be taking over a lot of territory. Now, it is good for me if Eastport falls, because we will not have to share the spoils with them. As for Heaven's Gate, well, we'll just have to rely on the peace conference. So far so good. We picked the right moment. Our enemy is distracted. I could actually go aggressive, especially in the south. But let's not. Let's wait for Eastport to fall and be annexed. How many cores do you have? Am I in danger of capitulating you too soon? Don't think so. Come on, surrender already. Alright, Eastport has been defeated. Now, the sooner we capitulate them, the better. So we switch everybody to be aggressive. Go, go, go! Don't worry about losses, just take everything. We need New Canaan back. We're not sharing with Heaven's Gate. Well, we're sharing a bit, but we want our core territories. Oh yeah, better dogs and flamethrowers. Not really a big deal at this moment. We'll mostly rely on what we have. Oh, I made a big mistake. I should have deployed everything and cancelled the rest, so the equipment and manpower can go to reinforcements. There you go, have some more people. This is all going pretty well. Now, soon there will be troops coming back from Eastport, but I should be pretty far by then. Also, we've researched better guns. I'll start producing them in a moment. Here we go, automatic submachine guns. And we need more resources to make that happen. After we've reclaimed our territory, resources will no longer be a problem. Is there a defense yet? Not really, no. We're actually progressing quite nicely. We could use field marshal level orders, but I don't really like using them in this mod because there's a lot of impassable terrain, and impassable terrain makes things like this happen. Bits of territory with no front lines that the enemy can kill you through. Now, how is your surrender progress? 71% towards surrender, and we have 65% war score. I need more war score. I do not want the enemy, well, not our enemy, but you know, these guys to take New Canaan from us. Let's try and rush the place. Is that even an option? Not really. Well, maybe. Let's try and cut these guys off. Arms for officers. Let's do prepare for war, just to do something. Can I reach New Canaan before the northern guys do? Imminent raids, whatever. I don't care. Get me New Canaan. Rush it. Yes, it's mine. We have the old capital. You, this particular unit, you just stay there. And see, now a border war happens, it will just drain troops from the front lines and possibly jeopardize the whole operation. You, north. Also north more. Crush them. Can I do the focus for New Canaan reclaimed? Where's that? Return to the dead city? No. It needs to be fully controlled. Well, they cut me off, but I'm standing in New Canaan and not giving it up. All will be well soon. And no more white legs. I do not know where their core territories are exactly. I think somewhere here, because that makes me unsure what to target specifically. Alright, why is nobody defending this? See, this is what I don't like about the lot of impassable terrain. Alright, let's just get you guys over here. Just here. Oh, I made a mistake putting the people in New Canaan because they get pushed back and we die. And we lose... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. This must be a bug. No, it's just a temporary modifier. I thought I'm getting all the negative ones again. Research better bites for dogs and helmets. We lost some momentum, which is not great. What is your capital now? Oh, New Jerusalem. Is this your core territory? Oh, it is, so I should focus here. Right. Let's get the special fort. God damn it, they sent my field marshal to bloody border war. I hate border wars. Get the hell back to the front. No, of course I can't get them back to the front lines, because apparently a raid is more important. It's such an annoying mechanic. Well, let's get the special forces and send them all here. Get me New Jerusalem and New Canaan again. Push and get our home back. Countryside raid, yes, doesn't matter. Now get the hell back to the front lines. Right, can I take New Jerusalem? Will that be enough to make them surrender? Because yes, it is. Excellent, finally. Alright, I have 71% of all war score. I definitely want my cores back. So that's here and connect to the territories we own. I mean, ideally we want everything. Will that happen? I don't know. I'll try to fight them on everything because we do have 71% and this mod extends the peace conference from 5 to 10 rounds, which means with such a surplus I should be able to take everything. So let's just use the list. First round, what do you want? You're not getting any of it. Anything you are asking for, I will also ask for. The White Legs conquered a lot of territory, now we liberate this territory. Well, not to give them independence, no, to teach them our better way of life. Everything, yay, 71% was more than enough to get absolutely all of the territory, and I also want all of your ships. Pass a few times just to make sure they don't try and take it back, and that is it. We have defeated the White Legs, we lost New Canaan 3 times, but now it is ours. 134 factories and lots of manpower. Let's wait for the numbers to adjust. We've bypassed fortifying the south and fighting the White Legs. What focus am I doing? Prepare for war. 9 days. Alright, let's finish that. White Legs buckle. They're annexed. Unlocks path to Canaan in glory. Now, Canaan in exile is no longer in exile. Now we border New California Republic and Caesar's Legion. Well, and Heaven's Gate, but that's not really my problem. Unless they make it my problem. And since we are led by Joshua, it might be prudent to attack Caesar. Return to the dead city. We reclaim Canaan. New Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We choose a new capital. New Canaan, New Jerusalem, or Provo. New Canaan gives us the best boosts with stability, so let's do that, but not for long. Because now, once again, we're New Canaan, but we will not remain in New Canaan. Now, we shall form Deseret, derived for the name for honeybee in the Book of Mormon. Deseret was a provisional state in the Old World America, never formally recognized by the government, but now it is time for us to reform the state of Deseret inside Utah and bring a new age of religious prosperity to our lands. We shall create the kingdom of God on earth. Once but a dream of Joshua Graham, today's God's kingdom on earth has come to pass. We could do that because we own all the territory here. The Mormons have declared their domain Deseret, as their ancestors did when they established themselves on the banks of the Salt Lake, a safe and prosperous state that follows much the same borders as Utah did before the Great War. It's not been an easy struggle for the Mormons to get this far, having lost New Canaan to the White Legs. It took much sacrifice for the Canaanites to re-establish themselves amongst the tribes they once preached to, and even more sacrifice to return to their homeland. Truly, the Canaanites are blessed by good fortune, if not by God, and any nation setting their eyes on Utah lands faces a daunting enemy indeed. Utah unified under God. Joshua's dream realized. This opens up quite a new branch of the focus tree, but we have essentially fulfilled our objective. Now, these are not our core territories. They will be eventually. And this is our capital, the throne of the Lord. Perfect. Let's have a quick look at the focus paths that have opened for us. These let us expand even further. Essentially, they would let us conquer the lands we have already conquered if we haven't already done that. Those will give us war goals on some territories and let us expand locally. And this bit of the focus tree basically lets us temporarily ally the NCR to fight Caesar together. I'm not saying Kaiser because I do not respect the man. And these focuses are the weak ones because they're done by Daniel. Now we could continue, but at this point I have achieved the objective. So let me know what you think. If you do want to follow up, do let me know too. Although, yeah, there's a big chance of save corruption in this mod if you're doing it in multiple sessions. I will make a save and maybe post a poll if you want this continued, but for now, this is where we leave this. Kingdom of God on earth realized, strong, prosperous, rich, poised to subdue all those around us, and the third great power in the region after New California Republic and Caesar's legion. Now, if we play our cards right and fight Caesar with NCR's help, we could probably take most of his territory, cementing us as a great power unified by faith. Anyway, this is where we end this. Joshua has succeeded, although he did make some mistakes on the way. Not devastating ones, though. Timing our attack on the White Legs was the most important factor. With that, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what you would like to see next in the comments. Goodbye.